Imagine waking up one day, and the person next to you is quietly wealthier than anyone you know. Yet they never flaunt it. No flashy cars, no luxury watches, no social media brags. You'd never guess their net worth. Why? Why do the truly wealthy hide their money while most people feel the need to show off every dollar they earn? Today, you're about to discover the hidden mindset of the quietly rich, the mindset that separates fleeting wealth from generational wealth. Point 1. Wealth is about security, not validation. The quietly rich understand something most people never grasp. Wealth isn't a trophy to show off, it's a fortress to protect. The danger of showing wealth. When most people earn money, their first instinct is to display it: new car, designer clothes, flashy lifestyle. The truly wealthy have learned that this attention is dangerous. Wealth attracts more than admiration. It attracts envy, scams, lawsuits, and people who see you as a target. Every dollar publicly displayed has the potential to become a risk. The more visible your wealth, the more people try to take it away from you, legally or illegally. Wealth is freedom, not applause. Many people confuse wealth with validation. They want others to notice how much they make. The quiet rich understand that real wealth is measured by options and freedom. The freedom to make choices, to walk away from toxic situations, to pursue dreams without worrying about bills. They don't need social approval. They don't need likes or followers to feel powerful. Power comes from independence, not attention. Discretion is a strategic advantage. By keeping wealth invisible, they create a layer of protection. No one knows the full extent of their assets, so there's less risk of fraud, extortion, or unnecessary pressure from friends, family, or society. Discretion allows them to move faster, make bold investments, and take opportunities without the world scrutinizing every move. The mindset shift. The average person thinks, if I earn it, I should show it. The quietly rich think, if I earn it, I should protect it, multiply it, and let it work quietly for me. This subtle shift from seeking validation to prioritizing security is what separates fleeting wealth from generational wealth. Emotional mastery. Keeping wealth private requires emotional discipline. You must resist the urge to impress others or seek external validation. This discipline becomes a superpower. It trains the mind to focus on long-term results rather than short-term praise, and to value substance over show. In short, wealth is a shield, not a badge. The richer you become, the more you realize that showing it off is actually a weakness. True power lives in silence, in control, and in the ability to grow your fortune without the world ever knowing the full story. Point 2. True wealth is invisible. Real wealth isn't about what you can show. It's about what you can do without anyone noticing. The illusion of visible wealth. Society teaches us that wealth is seen in luxury cars, huge houses, expensive watches, and designer clothes. Most people chase this visibility because it gives instant gratification, admiration, envy, or social approval. But the quietly rich know that these displays are illusions. They might look rich, but they're often financially fragile. The power of invisibility. True wealth doesn't need an audience. It's measured by freedom, opportunities, and the ability to make decisions without constraints. Being invisible allows the quietly rich to move strategically. They can invest in private deals, buy businesses discreetly, and build empires without competitors or outsiders knowing their next move. Invisibility isn't secrecy for fear, it's strategy. It creates leverage, options, and protection. Freedom from judgment. Flaunting money exposes you to opinions, envy, and expectations. Every purchase becomes a public statement that can be criticized or judged. Quiet wealth frees you from all of that. The rich can live life on their own terms, take risks, fail without embarrassment, and grow without outside interference. The less visible your wealth, the more control you have over your life, and that control is priceless. Wealth grows silently. Most people focus on showing success, but the quietly rich focus on multiplying it. Real growth happens in private, investing in stocks, real estate, businesses, and networks quietly over years, compounding into enormous wealth. Those who broadcast their wealth rarely build lasting empires. They trade long-term growth for short-term attention. The mindset shift. Average mindset. I need everyone to see my success. Quiet, rich mindset. I need my wealth to work for me, silently while I remain in control. This shift from seeking external validation to focusing on invisible power is a defining trait of the truly wealthy. Remember, the richest people in the world aren't the ones posting their bank statements online. They're the ones whose wealth you can't see, whose influence you feel quietly, and whose freedom is absolute. Invisible wealth is the most powerful kind of wealth. Point 3. The psychology of humility. The richer you become, the less you need to prove anything to anyone. Silence becomes your greatest asset. Why humility is a superpower. Most people equate wealth with bragging rights. They post every achievement, every purchase, every milestone. The quietly rich do the opposite. They understand that humility isn't weakness. It's strategic. By staying humble, they avoid unnecessary attention, reduce envy, and maintain control over their personal and financial lives. Validation versus independence. People who flaunt wealth are often seeking validation, approval from peers, social media likes, or admiration from strangers. The quietly rich don't need this. Their sense of value comes from independence, security, and self-mastery, not from the applause of others. This mental shift from needing validation to valuing autonomy is what separates temporary wealth from long-term prosperity. Humility protects relationships and opportunities. Flaunting wealth can strain relationships. Friends may expect handouts, relatives may ask for loans, or colleagues may grow envious. Humility keeps interactions genuine. People are drawn to those who aren't flaunting their status, which often opens more doors than ostentation ever could. Business opportunities also come more easily when others aren't intimidated by your wealth. Subtlety attracts trust, discipline, and delayed gratification. Practicing humility requires self-control. It's resisting the urge to impress, show off, or compete socially. This discipline is mirrored in financial decisions. The quietly rich delay gratification, invest smartly, and avoid reckless spending that could sabotage wealth. In essence, humility trains the mind to prioritize long-term growth over short-term ego boosts. Humility is a shield for influence. When others don't see your full wealth, they underestimate you, and that's an advantage. This invisibility gives the quietly rich leverage. They can negotiate better deals, make bold moves, and influence outcomes without drawing resistance. Humility, combined with discretion, amplifies power without ever having to declare it. True wealth isn't about showing off. It's about quiet mastery over yourself, your resources, and your environment. Humility is the armor that protects your freedom, and discipline is the engine that grows your fortune. The quietly rich understand this, and that's why they win silently. Point 4. Wealth multiplies in silence. While the world is busy showing off, the quietly rich are busy growing richer. Silently. The illusion of visible wealth versus the reality of growth. Most people equate wealth with what they see: cars, clothes, vacations. But the quietly rich know these are just symbols. Real wealth is in the unseen: investments, assets, businesses, and networks. By focusing on silent growth, They allow their money to compound over time without distractions or social pressure. Compounding is invisible. Money grows quietly when invested wisely. Stocks, real estate, private businesses. Each reinvestment, each strategic decision, each partnership adds layers of wealth over the years. This compounding works best when done away from public scrutiny. Visibility often invites interference, envy, or hasty decisions. Distraction is the enemy of growth. Flaunting wealth brings attention, and attention brings distraction. Social media posts, public admiration, and competition consume energy. The quietly rich avoid these traps. Their focus is laser-sharp on creating value and multiplying resources. In silence, they can analyze opportunities, take calculated risks, and make moves that others would never anticipate. Strategic discretion. True wealth multiplies not just in investments but in strategy. Quiet wealth allows for negotiating private deals, acquiring undervalued assets, or entering markets before competitors even know what's happening. Every quiet decision compounds power over time, creating an exponential effect that ostentatious displays could never achieve. Long-term thinking over short-term validation. The average person focuses on instant gratification, showing off new purchases or lifestyle upgrades. The quietly rich think in decades. They delay gratification, reinvest quietly, and let their wealth grow silently while others chase attention. This mindset ensures that wealth is preserved, multiplied, and passed on, rather than squandered for fleeting admiration. The world is loud. Social media is loud. But wealth doesn't need to shout. It grows in silence, in patience, and in strategy. The quietly rich understand this, and that's why they always seem ahead of everyone else, no matter what you see online. So next time you feel the need to show off your money, remember this: the truly wealthy don't. They invest, they protect, they grow in silence. And that silence is where real power lives. If you want to start thinking like the quietly rich, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and start building wealth the smart, silent way.